5 seconds.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We will welcome you to the July 28th Bartholomew County Commissioners meeting. Just about eclipsed another month here in 2025. This morning, Commissioner London's going to lead us in an invocation of pledge. If you're able in this room to rise, please do so.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to come together today on this last day, this last Monday in July, to do the work that the people have sent us here to do. Please be with us as we consider decisions for the people of Bartholomew County. Please be with all of those that protect us, and please protect them all around the world. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tony. Our first item on the agenda is approval of last week's minutes.
I'll move to approve our minutes.
Second.
I've got a motion from Larry and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Tony, you want to read the new permit report?
Sure. For the week of July 21st to the 25th, we had 45 new permits. Fee amount collected of $9,793 with the value amount $2,934,629. Bartholomew County continues to build. That report is available in the code enforcement office if anybody would like to see it.
Thank you, Tony. The next item on our agenda will be our county highway report. Our engineer this morning, Danny Hollander, is with us. Good morning, Danny. You kind of going to capitalize on the agenda this morning, I think.
Yeah.
That's okay.
The crew report, last week, we put in box culverts, one on 425 East, that was for a drainage board project. And then we did a low water crossing, we put a box culvert in there on White Horse Road. That's all we did last week. We were all out there. I have quotes for, some radios. We, I don't know, about 10 years ago, we got a grant from Shannon and Emergency Management, and we got all new handhelds. Well, those are now not being updated, and you can't get parts and batteries for them. So, as well as the old radios, handhelds didn't talk to the truck radios. So we're now, well, the tower's at the old garage, so we're basically replacing the whole system. Trucks, handhelds, and tower.
So we got 24 handhelds and we got 28 mobile radios. Is that right?
Yeah.
And you got 3 quotes. You got JES and Sons out of Indianapolis for $76,115.95. You got Electronic Communication Systems out of Bloomington for $63,157.46. And you got VEI Communications out of Vincennes for $61,533.36. That's the lowest quote. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
And they meet all your stats?
Right.
Make a motion that we approve this radio purchase for the highway garage through VEI Communications out of Vincennes, Indiana for $61,533.36.
I'll second.
I got a motion from Tony and a second to award this proposal from VEI Communications out of Vincennes for new communication radios for the highway department. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carried. What else, Danny?
Well, White Horse Road, we've had a bank slide off. It's probably, road has dropped maybe 3 feet. Well, foot and a half for a whole lane, maybe 100 feet long. I contacted NDOT and they've dealt with a lot of slides down in Dearborn County and that area. And I got these two companies that specialize in that kind of repair. And that's where I got these companies to get quotes from.
This is not an easy fix.
No, it's not.
Can you
It's,
tell us about it?
they're essentially gonna drive 30-foot steel nails sideways through what's sliding into something solid. And then build like a concrete slurry wall at the end of it, like a retaining wall, using these nails that they put in and then build back up.
Almost
Does
like
anyone hear
rebar.
from that company? From either of those companies? No.
We've never really done anything quite like this, have we?
No, not that I'm aware of.
We've had a couple little slides at Grandview, but most of the time we did that with just a lot of riprap, didn't we?
Well, it had to be rebuilt and the down slope had to be completely rebuilt, but this is, all wooded and all that would have to be cleared out of there if you were gonna rebuild it that way. And it's,
Well, we did that one at Grandview years ago. Charlie, I think you were the engineer when we did it. And I don't know how many loads of fill, 1,000 maybe loads of fill, and I'm probably exaggerating, but it was so many triaxles of fill to build up enough of a slope to support that bank.
yeah, but not so
That's the-
steep anymore.
The only
so,
thing you could do here,
yeah.
but it's private property. So I don't know what else to do, and we can't close the road. The road's, well, that portion's closed. Are people still getting around it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's one lane, and we've
Yeah.
got it barricaded off so they can, they gotta watch and can only go one at a time.
Is that the farthest west road in Bartholomew County?
Yeah, because at the end of it, about a half mile down and you're at Brown County. So,
Yeah.
How
And
do
actually,
they-
some of those folks, their backyard is in Brown County.
yes, yeah. If you
Manny,
live
how
on the
do
west
they
side.
drive those pins, nails? Do you know?
They got like an excavator with some kind of hammer
A ram?
that they reach out and hammer.
It'd be interesting
back.
to see how they do it.
The most senior commissioner has to go drive all those by hand.
Yeah.
John Henry.
I'd
How
give her a
long
shot.
do you envision this taking? They give you any kind of idea time wise?
They were in maybe 6 weeks, I think.
Are we still planning to overlay that road? Wasn't it on our list?
It's on our
White
list, as long as it gets done before the plant's still open. We can,
Will they wedge that before they overlay it?
yeah,
so
they'll
it-
have to.
Okay,
because
so they
we'll
wedge
be
it,
work-
wedge it again, because you're gonna have to do it several times to build it up.
Right.
Okay.
I'd make a
Well,
motion
I-
that we approve this project with, for White Horse Road Emergency Slope Stabilization. You got 2 quotes. It's a very specific type of work, so getting 3 quotes is probably not even possible, but you get a quote from Geostabilization International out of Westminster, Colorado, for $341,200. And you had a quote from Geo Specialties out of Nicholasville, Kentucky for $299,730. We're talking apples to apples here, right, Danny? We're same project.
Yeah, and Tony, I read through the specs on that because it really interested me, and the scope of work was very similar, both quotes.
Yeah,
The stable, or what do you call it, when you come into a job, the mobilization was a lot more expensive than that was like 25,000 of the difference.
But one's coming from Colorado and the other.
Right, well, that's where they're headquartered, but
Yeah.
I bet they're here working all the
Anyway, I'd make a
time.
motion that we approve with Geo Specialties out of Nicholasville, Kentucky for $299,730.
I'll second.
I got a motion from Tony and a second to approve this proposal for it's with GEO Specialties out of Nicholasville, Kentucky. And it's work out on White Horse Road. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed. Motion carries. And I think I ought to share with the audience, this was not a planned expenditure.
And we do have limited funds. It's not like we have
That's
just
right.
this money tree that we can just go to.
I mean, County General has a lot of money in it, but we felt like
Like not the highway.
this was, not a project necessarily that we should go and ask for an additional. So we're basically going to do little or no chip and seal this summer. And we're taking that money.
Tina, now is a good time to do it. Your little woo-hoo.
We're basically taking that money to stabilize what, how many feet?
Can't be more than 150 maybe, I don't know.
150, 100, says 170 lineal feet for the nail wall. But, the commissioners kind of looked to, both Danny and our superintendent Dwight and said, you know, which one of these do you deem or feel is more important? And, we're not discounting the importance of chip and seal, but we're picking our groceries, aren't we? So that's what's gonna happen.
And again, Danny, if we have a newly, 6, 7-year-old asphalt road that needs to be chip and sealed, let's do it and we'll figure out how to pay for it.
Yeah, I need to go through our,
Don't let it go through a winter and pop and it'll
Yeah.
get worse quickly.
last winter was pretty hard on them, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, I think one of the reasons our roads are, if you compare adjacent counties, because we newly pave a road, we're gonna pave White Horse Road this year. In 6, 7 years, we're gonna come back and chip and seal that road. And people go nuts. They think, you've turned my newly paved road back into a gravel road. But that's what saves them. It'll add 10 years' life onto the life of that road because we seal those initial spider cracks
Yeah, you
and you
seal
seal them all.
Yeah, when they're still small,
Right.
and then,
And if you wait too long, then the road's only gonna last 15 years. And
I
that's
don't-
just not long enough.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but Decatur County in my, knowledge never chipped and sealed. And in the last 2 or 3 years, they've got a real extensive chip and seal program. So
Well, 10 years from now,
They-
it'll show positives.
they've seen the value in it, evidently. So,
Okay.
okay, Danny, what else?
I believe you have some monthly reports.
Hold on.
We'll take you guys.
Tony made the
Motion
motion.
second to no vote.
Okay.
Okay. That's right. Tony made the motion. Larry seconded. All in favor of that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Jim. Now,
You have monthly reports, for last month, or
yeah. I'd make a motion. We've got the June 2025 crew and financial reports that, I'm sure Karen has prepared very diligently. She watches the highway cookie jar very closely and does a good job out there for them. I make a motion to accept those reports.
Second.
Motion made by myself and seconded to approve those June crew and financial reports for the record. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. That got it, Danny?
that's all I have, yes.
Thank you. Our next item, we have here an amendment. Number 1 was Strand, for the courthouse work. And, we got, Tony
Yes.
Inkle with us from Strand. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning.
And tell us what we're doing here.
All right, so we had sent a letter kind of outlining our additional services that we had done. The kind of the biggest one is the fact that the construction actually went longer than what we had expected when we first put our agreement together. A lot of that was just coordination and just effort in the courthouse. Is an old building, and it just takes a little bit longer to get stuff done. We were asking for 39,000, but we also gave a credit back to the county of 10,000 for some work that we didn't do for you guys. And so we're asking for just an additional amount of 29,000, if you guys would entertain that.
This is the end of the project, right?
Yeah, we're at substantial completion. We've got some final paperwork. They got testing and balancing and stuff left to do over there. But we're right there.
And it was
Okay.
well done.
Thank you. And I compliment both the county and Dunlap as the contractor, because I thought it went very well.
No, it was a major project. It affected the entire courthouse, every room, basically, every floor.
ceiling, every, yes.
But it put our courthouse on track to be very useful for a long, long time.
Yes.
To remind people, we rehabbed the entire loop system for the HVAC. We ripped out all the old wiring and put in new cabling for current and future technology.
Yep.
We changed all the lights out to LEDs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
We updated a couple restrooms.
Yes.
We new carpeting, new paint,
All the HVAC, the actual units
the
themselves.
units themselves.
Are all new.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, you go in there, the lighting, you can definitely tell. I think the lighting is great, but most everything is kind of hidden.
Yeah,
So you don't know it unless you start kind of
Yeah.
looking around.
right. But it's, this year is the 150th anniversary of the opening of that courthouse. And maybe in 100 more years, it'll still be here, and that would be
Yeah,
great.
It would be, yes.
Wonderful. I'd make a motion that we approve this amendment number 1 with Strand Associates for construction administration services in the amount of $29,000.
I will second. I mean, we talked about this a lot and we thought it was legit, very legit. So
Okay, thanks.
Got a motion from Tony and a second to approve this additional amendment with Strand Associates concerning the courthouse project, an additional $29,000. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those
and Tony,
opposed?
just a tidbit
Motion
of
carried.
information. I think that courthouse cost 250,000 to build.
Did.
Is that right, Tony? Wasn't it right at 250?
Yeah,
And a couple commissioners lost their job because of the cost.
Yeah.
You could get a bill for that now.
You could get new doors for
You
that.
could. Appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks.
Tony, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Our next item, we got a couple monthly reports. Tony holds the animal control monthly report for June. Go ahead, Tony.
I do. I have the June report here. We picked up 24 dogs and 24 cats, a total of 48, highest number yet this year. It looks like about 4 or 5 of them were able to go back to their owners, and some of them were chipped and were able to be taken directly to the owners. I will say this, though, it's not part of this report, but I spoke with the director of the Humane Society, or the president of the board of the Humane Society yesterday, and they have instituted their new spay and neuter program. And over the last, I believe it started the end of June, and over the last month, they have now spayed and or neutered, well, not and or, spayed or neutered, over 100 animals. And that would not have been spayed and neutered otherwise. And this came at no cost, or very little cost, as it's part of a program through the Bissell Corporation, the Bissell Foundation, that they actually provide the veterinarian. And they come in, as long as you have 50 animals at a time, they'll come in, and the vet cost is paid for by the Bissell Foundation. And so the Humane Society has dedicated a room to be a surgery suite at the Humane Society. And so far that they've only done this with internal animals at the Humane Society, but they plan soon to go public and offer it as a low-cost spay and neuter program throughout Bartholomew County.
Tony,
Mhm.
this, when a guy that's 6'5", 320 pounds wears those funky little glasses.
You
and
making
starts
fun of my glasses?
talking to you at the table. It's kind of intimidating, isn't it, Tony? Tony Akels. It's kind of intimidating, isn't it?
Kate calls these my Ben
Tony,
Franklin
we have
specs.
talked, that number, that's 48 animals. Times that through the whole year, that's 580 animals.
Yeah, well, they didn't all go to the Humane Society.
Right. No, then that's a good point. So we have talked about coming up with ways trying to keep from taking animals. And one of the things we've discussed among us is requiring people to tag their animals, collar or chips. And I don't know how we do that.
Well, some counties, some communities have required that if your animal is taken by the Humane Society, is caught out and about, it's required to be chipped before it's sent back.
But
Some
we've talked
places,
about requiring it before we find them.
Yes.
How do you accomplish that?
I'm sorry?
How do we accomplish that if we wanted to do that? Through our ordinance?
Well, it would be through an ordinance.
Where I'm
yeah.
getting at, and I hate to do that, but
Yeah. But some communities also require animals be spayed or neutered before, if they're captured by the animal control, to be spayed or neutered before they're returned to the owner, if they haven't been.
I can
fixed.
remember, I'll date myself here. I remember as a boy, Carl, you remember this, you had to have your dog, because we had a dog on our farm always. But once a year, you'd have to take it to the vet to get a little metal vaccination, rabies vaccine. And you had to have it on their collar, and it was part of the law. But I just remember it was a big deal. And then you had to claim it on your property taxes, on your personal property taxes. I think you paid a certain fee every year for your dog, didn't you, Carl?
That was state law.
Yeah.
It was state law.
But then
and,
that stopped.
The state changed that law several years ago.
But now we pick up so many dogs with no collar, no chip. And it's obvious that they belong to someone, but we have no clue. And then we take it into the shelter. It might sit there for a week, and then finally we find the owner. There should be a way to shorten that gap. It'd be nice if we could find him immediately. And
We're open to ideas.
Yeah,
But as we talk to experts, veterinarians, animal care experts, they all say the same thing, that the true overriding problem is overpopulation of animals and irresponsible breeding and irresponsible pet ownership. And the Humane Society feels, and we support the idea, that this low-cost spay and neuter program that's getting started will be a way to deal with the core problem. And hopefully we'll see the fruits of that coming down the line. I'd make a motion that we enter the animal control report for June into the minutes.
I'll second.
Motion from Tony and a second to accept the animal controls report there for the month of June. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Larry has the Veterans June report.
I have the veterans report signed by our veterans officer. We had 50 appointments for the month, 71 walk-ins. We made 14 trips to the VA hospital. We're always glad to see those scheduled trips going north. 1,300 plus miles on our van. Everything looks in order. I'll move that we accept that report into our minutes for the month of June.
Second.
I've got a motion from Larry and a second to approve the Veterans report for month of June of 2025. All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. That's the end of our published agenda. Any items from the public today?
Can I say something real quickly about our new pickleball courts that
Oh.
have been open for just a couple weeks out at Dunn Stadium? They have been used every single day. They're getting high marks by all the users. And I was told by my dentist on Saturday that they were at capacity, that there were over 50 people there playing pickleball on Saturday. And I think yesterday too, Charlie, they had some little tournaments, yeah, going on out there. So anyway, we're real proud of that. And the fact that people are using it and meeting new people and not staring at their phones all day.
Tony, you have to be a pretty dedicated pickleballer to play on heat like we've had Friday and Saturday of last week.
Dedicated's one word for it.
1 PM, 2 PM, meet me at the pickleball.
Oh, yeah. They love to play and it's a great resource for the community. That's all I had to share.
Anything else? We will be back here next Monday morning at 10 o'clock for our next meeting.